It's your boy Alec from High Noon Hobbies. What's going on?
What is up there, friends and RC family? My name is Alec from High Noon Hobbies, and if you're new to this channel, I very much appreciate you checking it out. I hope that you will stick around, watch this video, see if this content might be worth your while. Maybe hit the channel, check out a couple more videos, and if you really like it, consider subscribing so that I can say to you, if you aren't new to this channel, thank you very much for checking back in for yet another not so mellow Sunday upload. I hope that you guys enjoyed that intro. I tried something a little bit different this time. You know, when these bigger events happen, or just, I guess, kind of when I get a spontaneous feeling for it, I decide to put a little bit more effort into the intros. So let me know if you guys enjoyed that. Put it down in the comment section down below so that I know that I should be doing more of that. But I had fun making this one, and the reason I did a little bit more intense of an intro is that this is kind of just generally a different, well, not a different style of video, but I have a grander plan this time. So we're going to be taking a look this time at two runs from Cameron from the NUKE group up in northern Utah, and Cameron did really, really well in this second North versus South crawling competition qualifying round up north. Cameron placed first in class 2. So we're going to be taking a look this Sunday at his runs on course 1, and then next Friday we'll take a look at his runs on course 2, and then next week we will also have Cameron pull off the bodies, look at the chassis, and have Cameron break down for us what it is that he implements in his trucks that have them running so well. So hopefully that sounds interesting for you guys, a little 3-part series. I know Cameron's going to be angry with me because he said, you got to make just longer videos. You got all this stuff, you got to just put it all in there. But we're not quite there. I'm sorry, Cameron, we're not quite there yet. I don't quite want to do 20-minute videos yet, but we're going to try to make these somewhere in the 10-12 minute range, I think is about where they're going to be. They may be a little bit shorter than that, but we're going to do 3 separate videos this time. Let me know in the comment section down below if you guys would prefer shorter videos that are completed in series, so like a part 1, part 2, part 3, or if you guys would prefer just getting all of it all at once, maybe a 25-30 minute long video. So if you guys have any sort of input on that, I'd love to hear it. Let me know in the comment section down below. Besides that, I think we're just about ready to get rolling, and I want to just give a quick shout out to the High Noon Hobby morale patches, keeping the High Noon events, not necessarily the North versus South crawl and shootout, but the High Noon events rolling with these morale patches. If you're interested in checking that out, look at the bio down, in this, down there, and there'll be a link for the morale patches, as well as the site overall, so you can check out some of the other interesting stuff that we've got on there. But, okay, I think that's all I've got for the intro. Let's jump into Cameron's runs on course 1. He's got 2 different trucks, so we're going to take a look at both of them and not really compare them. Just thought it was interesting to, same driver, 2 different trucks, what's going to happen? So, all right, let's get into it and enjoy this together. All right, back out at beautiful White Rocks, Utah on the southern side of the Dugway testing grounds. And here we are for Cameron's first run. with his truck number 1. Now, both of these trucks that he'll be running in these courses are fairly similar, and I don't want to cover too much about the trucks themselves in the run videos, since we'll be doing a separate video where we go through the trucks in their entirety. So I'm not going to worry too... Oh, dang it. So he just barely catches that one, and that's a tough gate that's been giving a lot of people problems. But back to what I was saying before, he's got 2 different trucks, and this is truck number 1. We're not going to be talking too much about the composition of the trucks themselves, just because we've got a separate video coming where that's all we're going to be talking about. So this run started off a little unlucky for Cameron. Unfortunately, he hit gate 2, and that was actually a function of the course itself. The rock that one of those gates, the gate on the passenger side as he was passing through, the rock actually shifted and caused him to bounce into the cone, which is super unfortunate. But he pulls it together for this one. Unfortunately, my frickin' gimbal does not pull it together for this one. We're having some serious gimbal issues, but it seems as though we have recovered the gimbal. We're back to the smoothness. Oh, nope, just kidding, just kidding. Okay, I promise the next run's gonna be better, all right? So just bear with me here. But this gate 5, really nasty dug out rock section where it's just a bunch of small rocks with huge crevices in between them, and that section got worse and worse as the day went on. Cameron, really, you can't tell how difficult that section was, though, because Cameron made it look so easy. But in run number 2, we'll get a different angle where you'll get to see, well, a little bit more of the nastiness of that gate number 5. Getting through the bonus gate like it's absolutely nothing, that might look familiar to you guys. That's actually the line that Zach took in the 801 RCC White Rocks event in his comp bug, where he hung the tire way over the cone. That was a pretty fun line to watch. But gate 6 there, again, not a whole lot of action. Cameron making it look pretty easy. The descent down in there, I liked his line choice, staying clear of that boundary line, as opposed to what some of the competitors I saw do, where they went in a little bit further to the passenger side of their vehicle and ended up cutting it really close and sometimes even hitting that boundary line. Gate 7, the one that he just previously went through, the nasty side hill. Again, he's really not making this course look like there's very much action at all. This truck is planted. That side hill looked like he had no problem whatsoever with it. But here we are, pulling through gate 9, a nice little descent, and he makes it look nice and tidy. A little drift after he had already gotten through the gate, but no big deal at all. Into gate 10, probably the nastiest one on this course 1, and to preface this, course 1 is a lot easier than course 2. So this course that we're watching this week is going to be a lot easier than the course that we're going to watch Cameron hit next week with both of these rigs. But a finish with a plus 10 at 3:36.19 for a 6-minute course. I would say that that is a stellar run. Now let's jump into run number 2. This run looks a little bit different. I got to shout out Jace, or 816 Garage, or 816 Garage, for getting this footage. So if it looks a little bit weird or a little different to you, I do apologize, although I personally think that this footage looks a lot better. And he has now, oh man, and see, now from that angle you could definitely see that rock moving. That helps me kind of makes it so I don't have to describe as much what's happening there. You can really see that rock moving around. But Jace is making me want to use my gimbal and my full-on DSLR or my mirrorless camera for doing these run breakdowns, because this is Jace's footage off of his Sony camera, and it looks spectacular in my opinion. So thank you very much, Jace. I really appreciate you letting me use this footage. I'm going to take a quick pause while we fix that gate, or that cone on this gate number 4. Gate number 3, Cameron made that descent look easy. He ended up clearing that one, unlike in his first run there, and so no event there, no points for him. Getting through this gate 4 without any issue, and headed up to gate 5, the nasty rock field with the crevasses. So here we are, headed into gate 5. And watch what Cameron does here. This is impressive. Pivots around, and he uses his body here. And, man, that was some calculation to get that perfect pivot around that large rock and use that to his advantage to miss the number 5 cone. Now we're going to head back over to the bonus. And from this angle, this might look even more familiar. This is the angle that I was filming Zach go over this gate at the 801 event. Ooh, a little nose wheelie there. Nollie. And same line that he took for the last truck on gate 6. Coming in much further. Oh, I guess it wasn't the passenger side. It was the driver's side. I misspoke on that first run. But coming more over to the driver's side on that descent into gate 6. And that helps a lot with keeping you away from that boundary line. Now you can see here he's staying as high as he can while essentially aiming to put his passenger tire on that little ledge of the side hill. Because once you get to that point, it's kind of like a safe spot. And you can use that ledge to your advantage to kind of level out the weight distribution of your rig on the side hill and carry it through past the cone. Gate 8, he's committing to that driver's side exit, which I think is the right way to handle that. I saw a lot of people try to exit to the downhill side, but that ends up putting you on a really nasty side hill. So that was a good assessment from Cameron on both of his runs, committing to the higher line. Even though it looks a little bit sketchier, it actually is less sketchy. And now here we go, pulling into the notch for gate 10. Look at how composed this rig looks when it's going through a crack. Just incredibly composed. And look at the consistency between Cameron's runs. Now that is what I found most impressive. All right, there's his finish. A great job on both of those runs. Now, one thing that stood out to me more than almost anything else, did you notice that his times were only 3 seconds off of each other? That's some serious consistency. I noticed that he hit the bonus gate on both runs within a second of each other. So those runs were really similar, but the second run, he ended up a lot more composed in terms of that gate number 3, and also I would say gate number 5, but he did well on gate number 5 on both of them. So the gate number 3 is really that nasty descent, is the one that screwed him up on that first run that we watched and not on the second, which meant that he ended up with a +10 on the first run and he ended up with a 0 on the second run, ending up on course 1 with a +10 overall on both those rigs. Now, that's not how we calculate it for the competition. We calculate those two rigs separately, and then we would just take his highest score. So whatever score he gets on the second course, as long as he can keep that truck that he did better with on course number 1, as long as he can keep the score lower on course number 2 for that truck, we would end up taking that score. If the other truck did better to the point where it skewed the results and the score overall for the course 1 and course 2 was higher for the truck that did better on course 1, well, then we would take the truck that did better on course 2. It's basically we just take the lowest score that you make, and that's your placing score. So I thought that Cameron did really well on this run. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And stay tuned because we will be watching his runs on course number 2, which if you were there, you know course number 2 was a nasty one. She did not play nice. So hopefully we can all enjoy that together next Friday. But yeah, I guess the high noon event has already happened. I was going to say that there's a high noon event this weekend, but this is going to get posted on Sunday. So sorry if you didn't make it out. If you did make it out, hey, thank you. But all right, that's all I've got for you guys today. I need to stop rambling. I appreciate you watching until the end of the video. If you made it this far, make sure to drop a like, subscribe for more content like this every Friday and Sunday, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.